Hey, welcome to Watchmen Waiting on the Lord. Today is October 29th, and I'm going to read you a story from War News 24/7, and at the end of it, I'm going to read you something that proves that Jesus Christ is God, and I'll get at that at the very end, and I'll tell you why I'm reading it. So before I read this article, I just want to say that today is a day to get saved. Ask Jesus Christ into your heart. These are the last battles of earth. You know, they're I don't know how many battles there's going to be, but this is one of the last. How much time do you think you have to accept God? Because the time of the Gentiles will be fulfilled, and that door will forever close on you. You understand that, right? That door will forever close on you. In biblical history, so if we're talking 6,000 years, let's just say we're talking 6,000 years. I don't believe the earth was here for, I won't get into that, but science, right? We are in the last seconds according to God's time, right? We're in the last seconds. So, and I believe we're in some of the last moments. That's what I believe. And obviously what I'm looking out for is Ezekiel 38. And so let's take a look at what just happened. This isn't part of this story. This is just, I watched a video yesterday of Recep Erdogan of Turkey. You know, he's a double-minded man. And what does the Bible say? The Bible says a double-minded person is unstable in all their ways. I think Paul said that, and it's true. He's been trying to play both sides of the coin. You know, both the West and Russia and the other powers. Turkey is a land that's in the middle of everything in the Middle East, so it's strategic, and like World War I. And so yesterday I saw, go and watch the speech he made yesterday. Go find it. It's not hard to find. He's saying he's going to make the Israel the criminal of the world, Jews the criminals of the world. And I'll say something in a second, but this is what he says. Listen closely. He says, do you want to make this, don't take me exactly for these words, this is just what I saw. Do you want to make this against the cross, against the crescent? Christianity versus the crescent. He said those words. So anyone looking for Ezekiel 38, 39 to happen, that's a pretty key moment. Iran is in place. Russia's in place. Looks like Turkey is falling into place. All the places in Africa that we need to fall into place, like Ethiopia, Libya, like those are looking to fall into place. And there have been military coups there, so obviously, you know, it's working its way there. So when those nations down in Africa, it'll be the Muslim Brotherhood, okay? That's what it is. It's hard for me not to look at the colors of all the Arabian flags and see that they're the colors of the four horsemen of the apocalypse. You know, red, green, blue, and white. Pardon me a second. Having troubles with my throat. So there's that. So it's building up for sure. And what was I saying? I wanted to show my car again because I'm making these model cars. I don't have anyone to show them to, so. And David, you said you wanted to see it closer, so I don't want to touch the paint. That's from this side. That's my Mustang GT350, and you can see the decal that I did on the bottom there. I don't know, I can't see it myself. I'll have to look on the screen. I feel better today. I had a kidney stone moving yesterday, by the way, so that's what it was. And I'm afraid of it moving again today. Mustang GT350. I'm afraid to show the front because I screwed up the right headlight with black paint. I could take it off and use some thinner on that and get it off, but I'm not going to. I made some mistakes, as you can see, at the gold paint at the top there, and a little here. It's my first car, so you know, I had to and then the bottom, I'm trying to make sure parts don't fall off. That's the bottom there. So that's my Mustang, and I could fix that with another, you know, I've already clear coated it, so I don't want to prime it and do that all over again. It's my first car, so I'm building another one. I'm building a 442 W30 1971, and there's the engine, as you can see. Sorry, I just anyway, I like doing that kind of stuff. I don't really have that many friends. Like, I choose not to. So I don't really have anyone to show, so I started doing that about maybe 2 months ago. And you have to learn to spray paint it. If you do it with lacquer, with and I'm speaking to you, David. I bought an airbrush too. You can do spray painting or lacquer, and it's obviously harder to do it with lacquer. I choose to do it with lacquer. You have to learn the technique of spraying it and clear coating it and sanding it, and so okay. So I'm going to get to this article. Iran, the large-scale exercise of the ground army has begun with Russian Kornet and Israeli Spike, you know, anti-tank. And I have to say very quickly, when they're going with tanks and buildings like that, you're no match. A tank is no match against someone in a building or someone around the corner with the equivalent of a not a Stinger, but a Javelin. Forces involved in the deployment of 200 helicopters. The two-day large-scale high training of the Iranian army in Nazirabad, Isfahan province has begun with the presence of high-ranking officers, including Brigadier General Aziz Nazir Zadeh. I don't like pronouncing these names, who is acting as the deputy chief of the general chief of staff of the Iranian armed forces. By the way, there are 71 ships, I believe, on our side, 40 of the United States around that area. Can you imagine 71 warships? It's a big list. As a representative of the Iranian army stated on state television, the goal of the two-day exercise is to evaluate the combat capabilities of various military units, test weapons, and check the flight readiness of over 200 helicopters. The military drills, which were planned earlier, are aimed at countering potential threats against the Islamic Republic of Iran, without elaborating further, and added that troops and military equipment were brought in for the military drills from 7 provinces of Iran. Also, the Iranian officer stressed the various units of the army, including infantry, armored, and artillery forces, will be involved, as well as Air Force's vehicles, drones, electronic warfare, and cyber warfare systems will be deployed. Finally, it concluded by saying that this exercise focuses on 4 key characteristics: speed, accuracy, intelligence, and interoperability of military equipment. 71 warships, more than at any time during both the Gulf Wars. From the images, it appears that the Iranians have clones of the Russian Kornet. That's what these places do, right? Anti-tank missiles, as well as the Israeli spikes. And you know the drones you see from the Iranians? You wonder, how did they get so good so quickly? What happened, I don't know if it was 2016, but a drone from the US, the RQ drone, crashed and they got it. That's how that happened. I guess that's it for that. I don't see really a lot of stories from war news anyways. Let me see here. Yeah, these are old, like there's nothing. And it's not because it's Sunday, because there's just, you know, I'm not finding anything. So that's all there is for that, and I'm going to read you something here. But I'm going to say this first. This is John 1. I have a friend when you hear that, that's my oven, by the way. I come out, I take a shower, my oven's still going. You can hear that going on. Like I work out, I put my fish in the oven, take it out, have a shower, quick come out, and then that thing, when you shut it off, it just runs forever. You can't stop it. So I have a friend who is a Jehovah's Witness. Yes, I have a friend who's a Jehovah's Witness. And they don't believe that Jesus is God. And I was at a point where I'm like, should I still talk to him, because he doesn't believe Jesus is God, but the rest of his theology is pretty good. You know, it's correct. He's a nice person. He's not trying to make me a Jehovah's Witness. Should I? He loves God too. So that's the way I see it, okay? I'm not going to let his belief systems trouble mine, right? So he's my friend, so I'm going to read this to you to show you. And you know, when I saw this, and of course I've been over this many times, but when I saw this, I wanted to forward this to him, and you're going to get, you know, it's still going to be no. So here's the proof of the Bible. This isn't the only place either. So this is John 1. This is the New King James Version. The eternal Word. In the beginning was the Word. Okay, W-R-D, capital W. The Word is Jesus. Okay, the Word is Jesus Christ. He came. Jesus was the Word. And the Word was with God. And the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God. All things that were made through him, and without him nothing was made that was made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. And the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness did not comprehend it. So I'll keep reading a bit here, and then I'll shut it off. But and so whenever you see one in the Bible, capital, there's a reason it's a capital, because they're talking about God. one is the Father, Son, the Holy Spirit, the triune God. John's witness, the true light. There is a man sent from God whose name was John. This man came for a witness to bear witness of the light, that all through him might believe. He was not that light, but he was sent to bear witness of that light. That was the true light which gives light to every man coming into the world. He was in the world, and the world was made through him, and the world did not know him. He came to his own, and his own did not receive him. But as many as received him, to them he gave the right to become children of God, to those who believe in his name, who are born not of blood, nor of the will of the flesh, nor of the will of man, but of God. Sorry, I'll keep reading. And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. So you get that now, right? The Word, Jesus, became flesh and dwelt among us. And we beheld his glory, as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and of truth. John bore witness of him and cried out, saying, This was he of whom I said, He comes after me, is preferred before me, for he was before me. And of his fullness we have received in grace for grace. For the law was given through Moses, but grace and truth came through Jesus Christ. No one has seen God at any time. The only begotten Son, who is in the bosom of the Father, he has declared him. I recommend you read the Gospel of John. It's beautiful. For that matter, John's other epistles are beautiful. Like he tends to focus. Jesus chose the 12 apostles, each one of them for certain reasons, like Thomas the doubter, right? John, he was about love, and he understood what love was. And so I would read John if I were you. So thanks for watching today's video. God bless everyone.